war. 10 years of public shame. 10 years without a boy knowing his father. 10 years of lack of love. 10 years of bitterness, of hatred, everything just dissolved in front of my child. And I found my child holding my hands because I was crying. He held my hands and I was just praying for his father. I prayed for that man. I prayed for that man. You don't understand, because I mean, presidents and ex-presidents have interfered. I said no. I said no because of how bitter I had been. I've come here to tell you guys the first time I said that I will burn the bridge. If you are coming, I will bomb you. It was not a lie. That was one bridge I bombed. That was one bridge I couldn't just take. That was one bridge I had so much bitterness and anger towards. Immediately, everything just broke down. Church, I see myself addressing my ex-husband as he should be addressed. Before I would have put one derogative sentence or something added to his name. I respect him now. We are talking like we are friends. I see myself forgiving. You see, the biggest testimony in this life is of a changed soul. I tell you, because I have peace that doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't, but God gave me 10 years in one day. It's not one, it's not two, it's not 3 years, it's not 4 years, it's not 5, it's not 6, it's not 7, it's not 8. 10 years in one day. In one day. In one day. God, I just want to come and give glory to God. I don't want to put my family out there, but I needed to say this to build your faith up, to tell you that God is interested in...
Tonto Dikeh, I'm going to address you as Mommy T. I want to say thank you so much for sharing this part of you. I don't think you understand how much this vulnerability you're putting out is changing lives. Thank you, Mama T. Your testimony just took me back to memory lane. Forget being a single mother is one of the toughest jobs. Playing the role of a father and a mother. In as much as a lot of us women do not want to show weaknesses because of our kids. But this, your testimony, took me back to memory lane. My ex took my son away from me when he was 8 months. I was able to get my son back after 5 years. And since my son became 5, till now that he's 14, he has never set his eyes on his father. There was a time he stole his father's number from my mom's phone because my mom stored the number with Lucky Yoko. You know, he started calling him in secret. When I found out, I was upset, and I asked him, what is that thing that you want from your father that I cannot give you? I want to play the both roles for them not to even miss a male figure in their life. But the truth is, there is a vacuum. I started understanding the damage this does to children when I started dating IVD. If you ask my children, they've never seen me with any man before. Nobody comes to visit me. I do everything on my own. IVD was the first man I introduced to my kids. I remember the first time he was coming to visit when I went to pick IVD from the airport. IVD said, "Boo boo, let's buy football for the kids." I'm like, football? We stopped by, we bought football. When we got to the house, IVD, met them in the evening. He wore a short, called them out to play football. So what IVD did was he gave me 100,000 naira. That was like the cashier. Anybody that scores a goal will win 5,000. I watched my son play football. They didn't want to stop. He took them out, bought them stuff. The day IVD was leaving, my son hugged him with tears in his eyes and said, "Uncle, thank you." They said, "Uncle, I really thank you. Thank you for playing with us." That was when I knew that there was a vacuum. It's not just about providing for these children. Thank you. My first son is 14 years. For 14 years, I have carried bitterness against my ex. I don't know what God did for Tonto. I don't know what God did for Mama T. But I'm hoping and praying that I get that divine restoration to forgive, let go, and allow them have access to their father. I don't think anybody understands the pain of being a single mom. It's the fact that you're constantly even trying to prove to society that you don't want to raise a bad child. Because every time the child goes bad, it's the mother's child. It's the fact that you have this subconscious thought that your ex is going to laugh at you when things go bad. You just have this subconscious competition inside of you and telling yourself, oh, because this person has even remarried, I do not even want his children to be better than mine. Thank you, Tonto Dikeh. Your story with your ex-husband was one that shook the internet. And if you can get this divine restoration and forgive, we are hoping that one day we will get it too. I'm sorry if I was a bit vulnerable in this video, but this is the part of our lives we don't ever want to share. Dear single mothers, I don't know the hurt you feel, but if you still have that father in the life of your child that want to contribute, please let them. No matter how little, there's a basic role a man plays in his children's life. Thank you so very much, Tonto Dikeh. Mama T, God bless you. You don't know what you're doing to a lot of us by sharing this fun.